priority there very easily, especially when it's a Pantheon and a Camille. Like, you're just really going to be on the back foot. You can't be very proactive with this comp, especially, you know, pre-6. So you hit 6, you can start moving around, you can start matching a lot of these rotations. But it feels like the top lane is going to be completely controlled by Hanwha Life Esports, and as the longer the game goes on, the Kog'Maw is going to start to scale up really well, and this is just a terrifying draft. I mean, it's out of the meta, the Kog'Maw that we're seeing here, but I trusted its depths. I mean, he played it in Kespa Cup with the Lulu. This time it's with the Thresh. It's a much safer composition. It has a clear theme and identity. You know, I feel like this is going to be a really hard game to execute for a Freak of Freaks. Like, it's going to be way harder for their comp to actually hit its strides.
The thing that I'm interested in, though, is the Gragas, right? Like, this is a matchup that we've been, you know, we used to see well back in the day, which did work out very well for the Gragas in that instance.
And, you know, like, the matchup into the Twisted Fate, hold that thought.
Whoa, early flash, as Vista's going to have to flash away from it. Bang taking a lot of damage from Deft here, as the Caustic Spittle actually connecting as well. Very nicely trading as, you know,
it can be very aggressive in the lane. It is Talia that is paired with him, so very dangerous mid lane. Lens is going to look for a very aggressive taunt.
Yeah, Seismic Shove is fantastic. That shield not able to work out. Arthur does manage to pick up the Rift Scuttler at least, and Chovy grabs the follow-up kill immediately. He flashes away, and now Vista could just be in trouble. Deft is back in base, and Vista, remember, does not have a flash available. Body Slam comes on in. Seismic Shove's too easy on the flashless target, and they just take away the Thresh. Lane shoved and not give him this opportunity to clear it and leave, as another stun comes out. Arthur holding on to the shield once again, and now the Destiny comes in. Dread has to flash. Chovy doesn't have his available, as now Bang could be in trouble, but Vista getting taken down first. Deft trying to fight this one out. Arthur roaming on over as Chovy now slowed down. Deft takes down Bang, though, and now Lahen's forced into this alcove. Chovy trying to roam on down, as Lahen's just buying as much time as he can for the cavalry to get in. There's the gold card, but not actually locked just yet. Chovy finds it in the end, and Lahen's will go down. Arthur once again with a phenomenal shield as he tries to get out, and does so effectively. Deft just free hitting this whole time. And Afrika, unfortunately, they had such good control early.
Got a lead, the Twisted Fate matchup that you want to be ahead in. You've got you know, Chovy's got a lead there, and now they can start to control the top side. Here they go.
See if they can actually stop this one, as in goes the man drop. Dread is going to lock down the Rift Herald as Arthur once again. Pretty good shield, but this time the cask is great. It is going to be that 1-for-1 trade so far, but Chovy goes down low, takes the lantern to get out. Morgan trying to be a hero as Vista, the 3-man Flays just fantastic just before Morgan does go down. The Wildcards pick up the kill. I don't think that this one's going to work out, as Vista's life has been thrown away so many times. Two melees trying to run after Vista here, but the crunch is going to get in, and Keen will lock down that kill. So, good trade there for...
All right, this is a pretty scary position to be in.
Yep, Vista's dead, but Arthur's going to dive on forward. Vista actually survives for a very long time, and Dread is taken down. Deft taking hold of this team fight. Lahen's eventually gets rid of the Thresh as Fly. He has to get out of here. Hextech Ultimatum. Lahen's just dashes over the wall, but there is a thing called a hook shot, and that means that Morgan's going to lock down that kill. Keen now trying to run away, and Deft Keen doesn't want him there whatsoever. Teleports both of our top laners, though, and Afrika are going to move over here. Destiny comes through. Hanwha Life now able to move on over pretty comfortably. We'll see whether this is going to be that 50-50 as the teleport from the Gnar comes in, and they do lock down the Drake. Chovy off to the side, has pretty good positioning as in goes Arthur, but immediately he's flung back, gets a huge amount of health with the Gore Drinker on 5, but still, the cask is going to lock him down now. Dread trying to fight against Deft, who's 1v3 right now, and that is not what you want as the Kog'Maw. Chovy, he's got a gold card, but he's against 4 people trying to still fight this one out, as everyone is trying to be a hero, and it's not working for Hanwha Life. One after the other. Do give this one away, understanding that pressure is not on their side, and they'll try and take what they can from the map as Arcane fighting Morgan. Chovy just fighting the turret. Destiny comes in just for Chovy to check whether it's okay to dive. Morgan very, very low as Stand United does come in. A lot of shielding as he takes the lantern, flashes out of the way. Vista getting on in there. Decent stun from Arthur as the party cast comes through as well in celebration as Bang now joins the team. And yeah, you might Destiny to see them all there, but the amount of rotational power from Afrika is too damn high. Huge. And he is going to be, right? He has a huge CS advantage. Okay. Vista gets over that wall. Stand United on top of Fly. Destiny comes on in. The party cask as Chovy might just go down. He has the stopwatch, but he can't even use it. as Arthur has to flash away. Deft zoned out by Dread, and Afrika will say, all right, well, Chovy's dead. He's dead for 45 seconds. The Baron is ours.
Yeah, and it's a Baron that parlays into Infernal Soul as well. Arthur getting completely shoved away. A lot of pings in the mid lane here for Hanwha Life Esports, but I don't think they can actually rush this one down. They're going to try for it, but if Freaka Freaks know, there's a teleport.
But there's a teleport that is going to come through. Morgan over the wall, and they have to try and get this as fast as they possibly can. Deft gets as much damage in there as possible, and he is going to be able to get it with the help of Morgan. Morgan now looking to try and trade for Fly before he gets out, but he's just exploded with that Kai'Sa damage. And now, yes, you managed to get the Drake, boys, but you are going to lose your lives for it, and Afrika with Baron buff might just be able to push to win.
I think so.
This is pretty scary. Chovy's going to be back up again. Vista does flash to get himself out of the way as Voidseeker does find the Thresh.
2 inhibitors going to make this even harder.
Yep, Bang actually a little bit caught by himself as in goes Morgan. Hextech Ultimatum is there as Arthur getting taken down very low. The cast is fantastic to split up the fight. A 2-man now, the Cogmore already dead. Instant double kill for Dread on the Talia. And Afrika will win another fight. They're not wasting any time in this game. They want to get to number 3 and see whether they can take down Hanwha Life Esports, much like they did against T1 earlier, and put themselves in the conversation for the west side of the bracket. Chovy goes golden, but that's just to see the end of his Nexus as he has.
Right? So we're going to take a look at some of our post-game stats. And we saw the early invade. We saw, those skirmishes happening on the bottom side of the map. They forced the attention to be away from the top side of the map. They forced the attention to be on the bottom side for Hanwha Life Esports, and their comp is designed to snowball top, and it just did not happen. The damage for Morgan in this game, 4.8. That is not what he wanted. That is not what this comp was supposed to have. Results-wise here, this is not what you're looking for, but it's a lot of that comes from that aggressive pressure we saw. Non-stop rotations early on for Afrika on the bottom side.
Yeah, it was really smooth. That's exactly what I was illustrating, right? Morgan just left on his own, Keen utterly dominating that lane, and I think that was where things fell apart, and really good capitalization from Afrika. So Keen, much more stable this time around. He had a bit of a shocker.
Afrika takes away game number 2 after warming up in the first game, and they were able to take down Hanwha Life Esports. And we had a lot of new picks coming out. Gragas mid, Shen support, and Kog'Maw. I wanted to figure out why they decided to play Gragas, and Hanwha Life had a lot of global comp, Pantheon, Camille, Twisted Fate, so Orianna Syndra was not the best pick into those comp, and Gragas was a really nice pick. And as a player who played Gragas in the mid lane, it is indeed easy, really strong, but still it's a melee champion, so it has a lot of hard time during the laning phase catching up with the CS department. On the other hand, Afrika had a very strong lane champion called Gnar, and Hanwha Life answered back with Camille Twisted Fate, a very well-known global comp. However, Lehans actually had this Shen pick ready in order to counter their cross-map play. And Gnar was also able to get fed in the early game. And Afrika, their winning recipe is about Keen and Dread having their own game, and I think it really worked out really well in this game. I guess Hanwha Life was not having a full focus on the top side of the Afrika, so let's take a look how Afrika countered the play of Hanwha Life. Talia and Kai'Sa clear the mid lane wave and rotates immediately to the Drake because they gained full control on the upcoming Drake. They got all the visions around the dragon, so they starts off right after they got all the visions. And Hanwha Life, they had full information about this with this Twisted Fate ultimate, but Camille's TP was too late. And also Pantheon dives onto the Afrika players alone. So Afrika had better setup for this objective. And Kog'Maw also got completely zoned out by that wall. There were some moments where Hanwha Life was also able to make some play happen, but Afrika was really on point making that counter plays. Because Hanwha Life's mid and AD carriers were very well scaled, they were looking for some team fight at that point of the game, but that was not their ideal game plan based on their team comp. So there's this highlight where Hana Life wanted to play around their side lane priority, but Africa was able to shut them down. Because they had a huge loss in the prior Dragon fight, Hana Life now sets up for a pick onto Nar in the side lane. I'm pretty sure Keen didn't really have this information about Camille and Thresh. And TF sticks to this top lane. And then Keen led some auto into Camille. He was able to chunk her down. So Hana Life thought that this was a big problem. But you know, it was really impressive to see that Africa had a lot of tools that actually could match Hana Life's cross-map play. So we can call this a pseudo-global comp that could match the Hana Life split plays. And it was really impressive also to see that this Yordle was able to buy so many time until Shen was able to stood united, and also other tools such as Gragas TP and also Talia with her ultimate. So Africa also grouped up really fast, answering this global play coming out from Hana Life Esports. We can say that it was almost like an Avengers Assemble. We can call that Africa Avengers Assemble. So with this fantastic hero-like play, Africa was able to take this game number 2 off of Hana Life Esports. Now it's time to figure out who's got the PUG for game number 2, and it's gonna be Keen with the Nar play. Keen did have a very comfortable game in this game number 2 up against Morgan. He had huge CS differentials, and he was able to actually just buy so many time versus 3 of the opponent player. He earned so many time with that golden stopwatch as well, and then rest of the Africa players were assembled to save that small Yordle. And there were also some plays where Nar was able to lend the Cincion to the DPS on the side of Hana Life Esports. I think we had a picture-perfect gameplay coming out from this Nar pick. When the opponents have Nar, well, Camille and Twisted Fate should have played around the top side of the map, adding more pressure onto Keen, but Hana Life was missing out those plays. But Keen also said he was feeling a lot of pressure from Twisted Fate as well at the end of the voice track we heard, and the Nexus was falling down. But Shan Lihans was also able to pick up 1 POG vote, and Gragas mid and Talia jungle was also doing a lot of the work, getting that 2 POG votes. Let's move on to game number 3, whether Africa Freaks can get their 3rd straight match win.